Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Friday, March 30th, 2018. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. As an athlete, you hit a certain point in your career when you realize that sometimes a mental and physical reset is just what the doctor ordered to get things back on track. And with the Arnold Classic now way off in his rearview mirror, New York big man Maxx Charles looks like he's ready to get back to business. Last week, Charles and his team released their first official post-Arnold training video as the two-time Olympian starts to fire up the engines for round 2 of his 2018 campaign. By the look of it, Max seems like he's managed to cure whatever was ailing him during the later stages of his Arnold prep. So hopefully now that all is right with the world again, we can get back to seeing that super crazy lights out version of Maxx Charles that rocked the 2017 contest season from start to finish. When I was growing up, kids would get together and listen to the album Dark Side of the Moon over and over and over again because they thought Pink Floyd was some kind of rock god. And for everyone's sake, I won't even try to pretend like I know what sort of music veteran big man Milan Sadek listens to. But I do know that this guy is going to be ready to rock the New York Pro 8 weeks from now. Recently, Sadek and his crew have started to leak a few pretty intriguing progress photos as they prepare to make their first foray into the open division. I think by anyone's account, Sadek was a beast among beasts in the 212 division last season. But whether or not he's got the juice to hang with some of these monsters in the open is another story that still has yet to be told. Right now, I think you can make a pretty good argument that UFC champ Conor McGregor is probably the most famous Irish athlete on the planet. And I'm hoping some of those crazy Irish fight fans come out in droves to support my old friend Pete Ciccone when he hops on a plane a few weeks from now to square off with some of the IFBB's best at the first annual Irish Pro. Last weekend, the unofficial mayor of the 619 flashed his latest round of updates showing off a little bit of that hard-earned California muscle. After more than 2 decades in the sport, a guy like Pete Ciccone has seen and done just about everything there is to do in bodybuilding. But I think bringing home some hardware from over on the other side of the Atlantic would definitely rank right up there on his career list of achievements if he can manage to pull it off. After the Royal London Pro a few weeks ago, there wasn't a hotter bodybuilding name on the planet than 2018 Classic Physique champ Wesley Vissers. And now that the dust has finally started to settle a few weeks after the chaos, it looks like Mr. Golden Age himself is getting back to business as usual. Over the weekend, Vissers was spotted keeping things true to form with a few heavy sets of dips as he finished off a little bit of old school chest action. I don't think it was an exaggeration to say that this guy single-handedly breathed back some life into golden era aesthetics with what he did back in London. But when your first act looks like this, it begs the question of what do you do now for an encore? When I look back at the 2017 season, one of the real surprises came at the Chicago Pro, when then rookie Sergi Constance came out of nowhere to capture the men's physique crown in a hard-fought battle with eventual second-place finisher Brandon Hendrickson. And despite his Olympia debut not quite going according to plan, it looks like Constance and his team are starting to gear up for another deep run into the heart of the schedule. Recently, the second-year standout released a short clip from one of his latest back sessions as he tries to pack on a few more pounds of quality muscle before officially starting his first prep of the season. Constance is one of the athletes who just has to show up full when it's go time, or he ends up looking washed out. So if you can figure out how to build into this peak, this is a guy who can make some noise at some point later this season. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.